The COBIT 5 Foundation Certificate. Module 2, the COBIT 5 Principles. Lesson 6, Principle 5, Separating Governance from Management. Welcome to Module 2, Lesson 6. In this lesson, we'll study the final COBIT principle, Principle 5, Separating Governance from Management. Let's begin by revisiting COBIT definitions of governance and management. We'll start with governance. Governance ensures that stakeholder needs, conditions, and options are evaluated to determine balanced, agreed-on enterprise objectives to be achieved, setting direction through prioritization and decision-making, and monitoring performance and compliance against agreed-on direction and objectives. And the COBIT definition of management is: management plans, builds, runs, and monitors activities in alignment with the direction set by the governance body to achieve the enterprise objectives. You can see from these definitions that the activities of governors and executives are very different, but they do need to work closely together. For example, there must be a flow of information from the governors to the executive that provides direction. The governors need a flow of information from the executives to allow them to monitor whether the executives are delivering the objectives set for the enterprise. The interactions between the governors and the executive can be understood and described using the enabler structure that we discussed in the last lesson. We'll explore this over the next few screens. COBIT 5 defines a set of 5 governance processes, each of which includes practices to evaluate, direct, and monitor. The processes define roles and responsibilities. The information flow between governors and executives is described in terms of the inputs and outputs of the processes. The organizational structures must support the different responsibilities of the two roles. COBIT provides an example of the roles that might be appropriate, but how those are represented in the organizational structure is a matter for the enterprise, and may be influenced by the relevant national legal and regulatory framework. In some countries, the governor and executive roles may be held by the same individuals. Other countries require that the executives be overseen by independent governors. The principles, policies, and frameworks are the means of institutionalizing the purposes, values, and direction decided upon by the governors. They make clear the constraints that executives must take account of when devising their plans and making decisions. Good governance is very dependent on the behavior of the executives and other staff within the enterprise. To take a simple example, policies are simply pieces of paper unless everyone in the organization takes account of them. Managers must enforce them, and staff must adhere to them. The culture of an enterprise is driven from the top. The governors must set an example by their behavior. Governance and management need different skill sets, but a core competence is understanding the difference between the two roles. Services, infrastructure, and applications provide the governors with the information needed to perform their evaluating, directing, and monitoring tasks. The diagram on your screen is a simplified version of the COBIT 5 reference model. COBIT 5 groups its 37 processes into the 5 groups represented here. One group represents the governance processes, while the management processes are categorized as plan, build, run, or monitor processes. We'll deal with these in more detail in a later lesson. The groups of processes are known as domains. One domain consists of the governance processes. The management processes are grouped into 4 domains: align, plan, and organize, or APO, build, acquire, and implement, or BAI, deliver, service, and support, or DSS, and monitor, evaluate, and assess, or MEA. The diagram on the screen shows the 37 processes in their respective domains. The details of individual processes are not within the scope of this course, but you do need to know the names of the processes and the domain they sit in. The naming convention used for the processes is a 3-character domain identifier, a 2-digit number that identifies the process within its domain, and text describing the process. For example, BAI09 Manage Assets. Over the next few screens, we'll go through the 37 processes. In many cases, the process names explain the process well enough for our purposes. Where this isn't the case, I'll give you a brief description. For more detailed information, you will need to refer to the ISACA publication COBIT 5 Enabling Processes. The governance domain includes 5 processes. EDM01 Ensure Governance Framework Setting and Maintenance. Essentially, this process is concerned with the governance of governance. EDM02 Ensure Benefits Delivery. This is concerned with ensuring that the enterprise gets value from IT. EDM03 Ensure Risk Optimization. This process is concerned with developing an understanding of the enterprise's appetite and tolerance for risk, and the high-level risks posed by IT. EDM04 Ensure Resource Optimization. This is about ensuring that the enterprise has enough IT-related resources to satisfy its needs, without incurring excessive costs. The resources include people, processes, and technology. EDM05 Ensure Stakeholder Transparency. This process ensures that enterprise IT performance and conformance measurement and reporting are transparent, with stakeholders approving the goals and metrics and the necessary remedial actions. The APO domain is concerned broadly with planning and managing IT. It includes 13 processes, including APO01 Manage the IT Management Framework. This process is concerned directly with ensuring proper governance of IT within the wider enterprise governance framework. APO02 Manage Strategy. To manage the IT strategy and ensure that it aligns with the enterprise strategy. APO03 Manage Enterprise Architecture. This process is concerned with establishing standards, templates, guidelines, procedures, and so on that will support the strategies and objectives of the enterprise. Other APO processes are APO04 Manage Innovation. This is about exploiting new technology for the benefit of the enterprise, and in particular, using new technologies to develop innovative products and services. APO05 Manage Portfolio. This process is concerned with the management of a portfolio of IT services that help the enterprise to achieve its objectives. It includes identifying new services and making investment decisions. APO06 Manage Budget and Costs. Three more APO processes are APO07 Manage Human Resources. For example, ensuring that staff are appropriately trained. APO08 Manage Relationships. Specifically, managing the relationship between IT and the rest of the enterprise. APO09 Manage Service Agreements. The remaining 4 APO processes are APO10 Manage Suppliers. APO11 Manage Quality. Define and communicate quality requirements in all processes, procedures, and the related enterprise outcomes, including controls, ongoing monitoring, and the use of proven practices and standards in continuous improvement and efficiency efforts. APO12 Manage Risk. APO13 Manage Security. Okay, So that's the APO processes done. Now we'll move on to the 10 processes in the BAI domain. This domain is concerned with introducing new services, with making changes to the infrastructure, and so on. The first 3 processes are BAI 01, Manage Programs and Projects; BAI 02, Manage Requirements Definition, that is, the business requirements for a new service; BAI 03, Manage Solutions Identification and Build. This includes the design and development or procurement of a service solution that meets the requirements identified in process BAI 02. Other BAI processes are BAI 04, Manage Availability and Capacity; BAI 05, Manage Organizational Change Enablement. This is concerned with the people aspects of introducing a new service, for example. BAI 06, Manage Changes. The last 4 processes in the BAI domain are BAI 07, Manage Change Acceptance and Transitioning. This includes, but is not limited to, the testing of new services. BAI 08, Manage Knowledge. BAI 09, Manage Assets. Manage IT assets through their lifecycle to make sure that their use delivers value at optimal cost. It includes the management of software licenses. BAI 10, Manage Configuration. Defines and maintains descriptions and relationships between key resources and capabilities required to deliver IT-enabled services. It includes collecting, auditing, and verifying information. The next domain we'll look at is Deliver, Service, and Support, or DSS. This domain has 6 processes that are concerned with the day-to-day delivery of IT services. The processes include DSS 01, Manage Operations; DSS 02, Manage Service Requests and Incidents; and DSS 03, Manage Problems. The other DSS processes are DSS 04, Manage Continuity; DSS 05, Manage Security Services; and DSS 06, Manage Business Process Controls. The process defines and maintains appropriate business process controls to ensure that information related to and processed by in-house or outsourced business processes satisfies all relevant information control requirements. The final domain is Monitor, Evaluate, and Assess, or MEA. This domain has 3 processes. MEA 01, Monitor, Evaluate, and Assess Performance and Conformance; MEA 02, Monitor, Evaluate, and Assess the System of Internal Control; and MEA 03, Monitor, Evaluate, and Assess Compliance with External Requirements. That completes this lesson about COBIT Principle 5, Separating Governance from Management. It also completes Module 2. When you're ready, you can go on to the next module, Module 3, where you'll learn more about the COBIT 5 enablers.